Hello and welcome back to Live for the Party. We are NyxRising Industries. I'm JD, your Dungeon Master. Are we ready to roll?
Yeah!
Emotionally!
Do it emotionally!
Okay, we catch up with our characters, having made their way through the mangrove swamps towards Sanskra, still on the mission from the Cartographers Guild to map the entire surrounding area. During their time in the mangrove swamps, had some encounters with fey creatures. Turns out they were tricked by a dryad, persuaded to enter some sort of subterranean shrine or tomb for who knows what purpose. Entering, finding some rather uncomfortable paths and difficult creatures in their way, and perhaps unlocking some traumas along the way.
You think?
Hastily turned back and made retreat, the dryad catching them as they did and turning them against each other in order to press them down into the tomb. Party turned against party, people fought, but managed to fight off the dryad and break the charm. The party now storming back to the raft, where they have to sit in silence on a moving vehicle for a long time. Deal with the repercussions of what has just happened. Adventurers, you sit on the raft, having just angrily punted off, drifting.
Sorry, I
further
still
down the
that
rivers.
It's so good.
It's a great word.
But also it works so well as an angry, like,
Yeah.
angrily
You could angrily
punting.
punt. Yeah, definitely. Okay. It's still fairly early in the day. The swamps are eerily quiet. What do you do?
We sit in silence.
Sure.
So Ren and Cassian are just...
Yeah, Cassian's so mad that you have forced him to manual labour. He's that angry. He just wants to be away.
I was just kind of looking around, being like, so, are we not gonna talk about what just happened?
I would love to talk about what
No,
just
no, no.
happened,
I
Boblem.
said talk, not criticize.
I don't want to criticise, I just want to have an open discussion. Why don't you take the floor then? Tell everyone how you're feeling, Boblem.
I'm just concerned. Like, a lot of us all don't seem alright. And it's okay if you're not. Just wanna make sure you guys can talk about it and feel fine. I know it doesn't work that way, it's not that easy, but I think it's good if we trust each other. And just tell each other how we feel. We do want to make it out alive out of this, don't we?
I'm angry.
Agreed.
Okay.
But not at any of you. That could have gone differently if we'd been smarter.
Mm-hmm.
But everybody has flaws and weaknesses. And I'm not going to hold it against anyone. Especially not when magic was involved.
Good. Thank you, Renard.
Who has the talking stick?
Do I need to get a talking stick?
There are plenty of sticks in the water.
It's happening. Therapy Boblem over here, like, come on now.
That's your next magic item.
The stick that's like, hey.
For the podcast, I'm scribbling notes.
Their emotions.
Astra is just sitting very quietly, looking quite sheepish, still covered in blood from the manticores, looking nowhere near as pristine as he used to, and looking very, very downtrodden. I'm sorry. I didn't mean for anybody to get hurt. I don't want to be a deal, but I felt I just wanted to help.
Can't help everyone, Astra.
That's not the problem at hand here. The problem is we were tricked.
Precisely. You can't help everyone.
You should try.
Not everyone deserves it.
It's not up to you to decide who deserves it and who doesn't.
I take out my compass and check our course. I remember we came.
You've kind of got to backtrack on yourself a little bit.
Yeah, we
get
went
back
down the
and forth.
middle of the three split
Yeah.
and looking for the split the other way around.
Yeah. You get to that point after a short while and you're able to manoeuvre the raft around and
Not gently,
Stomach,
I
yeah.
just round the punt into the ground again and just
shoot rocks and waves and everyone.
Kind of trying to steady it on my side.
Yeah.
Look, you didn't know we were being tricked. I didn't know. Maybe some of us had an idea.
Maybe some of us were paying attention when we were warned.
No, we did, but people make mistakes.
I knew, and I let my curiosity get the better of me. And I realised that the arcane focus is like the chain is still wrapped around my arm, and I just start to like really slowly unfurl it and
Mm-hmm.
put it away, and just keep staring at the floor of the raft.
Just gotta be more cautious about this kind of stuff. Doesn't mean that we're bad people, you know?
look, it's done. Now we can't change anything that's just happened. What are we doing next? We're getting to Sanskrit.
I'm going to Sanskrit.
Yeah.
We're looking for your friend.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking for information. And if in Sanskrit any of you don't want to continue, I'm not going to hold it against you.
You okay with carrying on, Sariel? You seem very shaken.
It's like she doesn't see you. It's like she's just staring, and like none of you have seen her quite like this before. She's like drawn and gaunt, and like her eyes are like fixed. Like she doesn't see or hear any of this.
Okay. In which case, the only thing we need to focus on is getting there safely without anything else happening to us.
Yeah.
Boblem, can you move the raft faster?
I'll try. It just sits at the back end.
It doubles the
Fast.
speed, which is it's not fast, but more so than it was before.
Yeah, just 'cause
Astra,
it's shaping
Elyse?
water.
Can you keep an eye out on both banks?
Of course.
Make a perception check.
19.
Okay.
That was almost a 1.
Not today, Satan.
You keep an eye out. You see shapes move in and out of the water, but
Elyse does not look up.
nothing that seems to bear your attention.
If we continue in silence for a while, it gets to a point where pushing the raft, Ren just can't do it anymore because he's exhausted, and he doesn't say anything, but the raft just slows on one side and will probably be wavering from where Cassian's still pushing firmly.
Do we notice?
Yeah, you feel it.
Are we turning?
No, sorry. And he tries again to push the raft as hard as he can.
Do you want me to take over for a bit?
Fine. Hands it off to you. Starts wiping at the drying blood that's still poured down from his nose.
You need to heal. Are you sure you don't want assistance with that?
I'll be okay.
Just because you'll be okay doesn't mean you shouldn't get help.
I don't think any of you are quite getting into your heads that I don't want you to heal me with magic.
Okay. Would you want to stop somewhere, have a rest?
We can't be far off. I don't want to get caught here in the dark again.
Okay.
You're noticing over this time that just rivers and streams are narrowing. There are more of them, but they're narrower. Patches of land between are bigger. Yeah, you're probably not far off the end of the swamps.
We can probably push through. Maybe another hour or a couple at max.
Okay. Sit
And then
for a
we can-
bit.
Maybe we can find a tavern and rest in a bed.
Astra, during this time, while you're punting out, you do see a dark shape under the water break off from the edge of the landmass and begin to make its way slowly towards your boat.
There's something in the water.
It's about 20 feet away at the moment. Looks to be about 6-7 feet long.
I don't think your friend could have got in front of us, do you?
Ben
better
takes
not
out the
be.
crossbow and just gets ready.
Mm.
It's not fucking around anymore.
You're able to see, and there is like a shadow under the water. It doesn't look the same silhouette as the crocodile. It's not as large, and it sort of widens out at the front. You see it sort of approach your raft and go around like a 5-foot berth, and you watch it circle you.
What do we do?
I keep the crossbow pointed wherever I can see the shape. What is that? Does anyone know what that is?
I don't know, it just looks like a shadow to me.
Shadow disappears deeper, and you don't see anything.
Maybe move faster. Keep using the shape water spell too.
Okay.
Punts harder. Punts harder.
I love not seeing anything and then just hearing the DM roll.
I'm in danger.
Oh no, he's taking out
I just want a reference or something.
Is everyone ready to fight again if we have to?
I guess so.
Yep.
You sure you don't wanna? You can have some of the sweet tea.
It seems like a waste. Those will be important at some point, I know it.
If you're feeling bad, I don't want you to get hurt.
I'll be fine. I'm tougher than I look, I guess.
You sat where on the raft? Let's say you're going that way.
Okay,
Is that
so
boat?
we have Boblem at the back.
Elyse and Astra were in the middle.
Can everyone make a perception check?
When you swim in a
Fuck me.
creek and an eel bites your cheek.
That's amore.
Oof.
22.
17.
4.
18.
13.
Okay. You look around, you don't see the shadow. And you're so focused on looking out and paying attention that it takes you completely by surprise
Oh, it's from above.
when the boat rocks. I need Sariel, Elyse, and Cassian to make a strength saving throw.
Oh no.
Sorry, Dex.
Dex.
Oh god!
Oh no.
I need the other 3 to make a strength saving throw.
Oh no!
17.
8.
No, sorry,
Oh,
you broke that.
Hang on. Come back. Do it again.
It was a
Sorry.
Sorry. I
Just kind of
String it.
ran off.
Dex on this side, strength on that
Natural
side.
1.
4.
8.
17.
Okay. Something comes up from that side, and you feel the boat just raft tip up completely. You 3 on this side are cast completely into the water. No? Bodily just flung. Okay. So Boblem, what'd you get?
4.
4. Okay. 1.
Oh no.
20.
20. The boat on your side tips up, and you are able to grab yourself just as
You're not getting rid of the water.
hold on, and it lands back with a mighty splash in the water. You 2 are both flung into
Oh
the
my
water.
god.
I got flung in with a 17.
Yeah, it was an 18.
Wow!
It wasn't 18. It was okay. I'd like you all to roll initiative.
Every time. 15. Ren's initiative is 15.
There's nothing else.
It can only be 15.
Okay, 25 to 20.
20.
22.
Nice.
Must be nice.
19 to 15.
16.
16.
15.
Okay, so 16. Okay. Boblem?
7.
Okay. Astra, you're thrown into the water. You lose your vision. It's just bubbled water is in your mouth. You're flailing about. Branches and bits of wood bash you, and you're completely confused and disorientated as to where you are.
What's it gonna be?
Oh lord, it's
Oh,
coming.
you don't see anything yet.
Oh,
Okay.
Yes.
oh lord, it's coming! He's rooting in his,
Lord, it's coming.
bag of tricks.
Ezra is just
It's all just bubbles.
freaking out, trying to find which way's up.
Okay.
Get out of the water.
Okay. You can spend your action trying to come to the surface, steady yourself. Okay, you go ahead, crest the water in an all too familiar moment. It's not too cold, but it's everywhere. It's up your nose, it's in your mouth, and you're struggling to see and make sense of anything. It's just chaos as the raft now slams back into the water, and you look around and search desperately for the sight of your friends.
Where is anybody? Just looking at Renard.
The bank is about 5 feet from you on the other side.
They're under.
Oh shit!
Cursed.
Yeah. He's gonna fearfully go for the side of the river.
Okay. You're able to paddle away, pull yourself out, and you drag yourself up onto the lower banks of this the root formation.
Panic. I'm just gonna hold I'm just gonna hold like.
Okay.
I can't hold bonus action, can I?
No, you can't. No.
Panic's just
Okay.
staring.
I use my action to panic.
Use my action to have a panic attack.
Elyse.
Elise's survival instincts just kick in and she's knocked out of her trance. I'm assuming I can't see where the creature is under the water.
You can spend your turn to make a perception check.
No, I'm swimming.
Okay.
And I will also just like climb up onto the bank.
Okay. So yeah, you pull yourself out without spending the time to look for your friend. You just pull yourself straight out.
But then I immediately turn around and start scanning the water.
Okay. Okay, then make a perception check. If you want to do that, then
Yeah,
that'll be
can
your
I do
action then. Cool.
14.
14. Okay. You look around, and it's a froth of just bubbles and movement, and your friend's head's popping up. You see a dark shape towards where Cassian is, under the water, just about to manifest.
I can't do anything though because I've used my action.
Unless you have a bonus action you want to do.
You can shout.
Yeah.
Only bonus action is flying, but I have to cast a spell. But yeah, I guess I could shout out to Cassian. Look out behind you, swim this way.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. In fact, it's your turn.
Can I see this thing coming towards me?
With the warning, you look and yeah, there's something coming out of the water.
Cool.
But it's just a frothing dark shape.
Just imagine a muffled
But
fly outfit.
I can see it. No, not this time, motherfucker. I'm just gonna go for an arcane bolt at this
Okay.
thing.
You will be at disadvantage just because you're firing through water. You can't like fully see it, but you know roughly where it is.
14?
14. You fire off, but you're too constricted by the water and there's people around you.
Would the force of it at least push me back a little bit?
Okay. You feel the bomb sear through the water.
Does it
And
like
just
that?
this
one?
gap.
Does it light up what it is for the others though?
It points exactly to where it is. Sariel.
Primal savagery.
Yes!
Sariel has lost it today!
Those near you see Sariel's claws form, lengthen, her teeth fall down. They're now familiar sight. What you want to stop?
8.
Oh, what to attack?
Yeah.
Okay, oh,
Or what?
yeah, no, you'd know vaguely where it is. Well, that's fine.
Okay.
You swim up to it and you breach through the waters, and you see two enormous claws coming round, on like a pincer formation. You see a long tail just cutting through the water, which is sort of propelling this long creature through, sort of arachnid, but not, and native to the water. You see a row of beady eyes and tiny mandibles. This tail which has been siding through curls up over the top, an all too familiar, well, relatively familiar sting on the end of the tail. Core up. It doesn't look exactly like a manticore's, but it's very similar.
Sea scorpion. Does that? I'm guessing that doesn't.
Yeah,
hit
that's
then.
your attack. So,
Yeah.
so you move to there.
Do you
Okay.
have
At this point, the creature emerges.
Oh, a bastard.
Technically, it's not that. Yeah,
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
a
that
water
kind of thing.
scorpion. But okay, Renard.
Oh, can I? Oh, sorry. Yeah,
yeah.
go ahead.
If you have a bonus action, you can do
You go for it.
I'm going to turn into a crocodile.
Ooh, nice. Okay. Oh wait, where's my crocodile meaning?
And it's
You do have a white one
white
too.
too.
It's bite time.
Sure is.
I can't place that.
Sariel says lunch.
You see the form of Sariel's shift. Her mouth now lengthens where just teeth are growing.
More teeth.
Scales form, her eyes distend, become yellow and slitted. Her body forms out into this long, writhing tail and muscular torso. Okay. Renard.
You've placed it in range.
It is in range, yes.
Okay.
It's in the
Renard
range.
has the range.
You have the range.
Wait.
Technically, yeah, you'd have to jump off because you have a reach of 5 foot because there is a space between you and it. But it is in crossbow range as well.
Yeah, it is in crossbow range, which I did have out.
Yeah.
So I turn my body towards it, I steady my foot back on the raft, and I aim the crossbow.
Okay. Track it as it comes out of the water. Does that lose the bolt?
For 17.
Something hits it in between its chitinous plates. You see it launch back
And
the crack.
I'm going to use Distracting Strike.
Okay.
Add an extra dice to my damage, and everyone will have advantage against it for a whole turn.
Nice. Okay.
Nice.
So that is going to be 11 damage.
Okay.
Get your croc stats.
Okay. You see this bolt sticking into it, which cracks some of the plates. Okay. It's going to make one claw attack at you. It breaches fully out of the water. This thing is huge, about the size of your raft itself. And one pincer comes forward and tries to grab you. Okay. Oh yes, that hits. Even with your armor. That's 4 bludgeoning damage.
Alright.
And you are grappled.
Be less good.
Oh.
Always with the grappling with poor Renard.
It's constantly, everyone's just trying to hold him.
Don't hold me.
You will talk about your feelings!
I mean, he did. It's all of y'all.
Okay. And the second one is going to go for you, Cassian. What's your AC?
13.
13. It swipes for you, but seeing what just happened to Renard, fuck this as this happening to you. You duck as his mighty claws close just
I
above
know
your
my
head.
way around the water, don't you?
We'd love to grapple Renard.
Okay, the tail you see reaches up out of the water and almost looks like it's making a decision. Like, moves about and then has you in its hand. It comes down and stings you.
Nice.
Stab times.
That's a 20.
Natural or?
No, it's
Okay.
Unnatural.
dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
What's my d10s? Okay, you take 3 piercing damage, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Uh-oh.
Row.
You with your saving throws.
That is 23.
23. Okay, it comes into your shoulder, and as it pulls out, you see this this clear but sort of like bluish translucent liquid. It just begin to leak out, and you feel it burn, but you're able to sort of tense your muscles and just basically just push something which seems to be like a barb out.
That was 3 points of piercing, right?
Yes.
Nice.
It rolled a 1 on a d10. Okay. Oh no! Oh, sorry. It's half as much damage on a successful save. So.
Okay, so
Like 1? Or is it rounded up?
No, that was piercing damage. So I need to do the poison damage as well. Can I have some d10s?
sure. Use my dice against me. Oh, use Elise's dice against me.
Elyse is so ready to hurt Renard.
Yeah, like
How many here?
Oh, I
sorry,
have to punch him in the face.
Okay.
you already did.
That was better.
I didn't get to.
Better for whomst.
Scorpion.
Better for the scorpion.
Okay, you take 12 points of poison damage
Oh.
instead of 24.
Oh, okay.
Maybe you should have had that sweet tea, huh?
Okay. Boblem, it's your go. Astra, you're up next.
God.
You have advantage on any attack.
I will turn myself into a giant snake.
Okay.
The druid's
Try.
going feral today.
Sorry, giant
Yeah,
constrictor
sorry, go ahead.
snake.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
sure.
don't have a snake mini.
Use
Use
Snoblem friend.
Yeah.
Snoblem. Yeah, a giant constrictor snake. Since we did see it.
Yeah, you
here.
did actually. You did. Okay, have you got the stats for it?
Yeah.
You have, nice.
I have
okay.
it here.
If you tell you what, I'll take a picture of mine and then you can
Oh
use
yeah.
the book.
Oh, you sure?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Boblem swims up to it and grapples it, like wraps around
Yeah. Okay.
its body and its claws.
Okay. Okay.
Boblem tops the monster.
Yes. No. Absolutely.
Okay. So what is it? Is it a strength check, or do you have to make an attack?
Constrict melee weapon attack.
Yeah.
Plus 6 to hit.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, make an attack roll. And then
At
plus
advantage.
And advantage.
Yes.
Thank God for advantage.
Yeah, like, so it's just 15?
Plus
15?
Plus the
just-
snake's strength, is it?
Oh, plus strength.
Oh no. So if it's the plus 6, that'll factor into it.
What? Oh no, then. What? Oh, it says plus 6, then it would be
21.
Plus 6 to hit.
21.
Oh, okay. Oh, you rolled the 15. Yeah,
Yeah,
sorry.
I rolled
okay.
15.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. So you see the form of Boblem, inspired by Sariel, shrinks down. His arms shrink into his body. His neck lengthens, and this blue, yellow spotted, incredibly gorgeous and detailed
Constrictor snake.
constrictor snake.
Giant constrictor snake.
Giant
Oh,
constrictor
boy.
snake emerges and takes up most of the river, begins winding through and moving through most of you, and you feel just this trunk of a snake, this absolute unit, move through you before wrapping around the body and the torso and the pincers of this creature, and you hear it. You hear shell cracking as the snake winds and winds and winds around it. Okay, so how much damage does it do, and what's the effect?
Bludgeoning damage at the end and the target is grappled.
Mm-hmm.
Escape DC 16.
Okay. So it's grappled because you hit.
Okay. And hit 13 2d8 plus 4.
Okay, so yeah, 13 is just the average if you don't want to roll it. But so yeah,
Okay.
2d8 plus 4 if you roll that.
2d8. Okay.
He will.
7, so 11, 15.
Okay.
Haha, you grapple him, I grapple you.
Yeah, no, nice. Okay, so and so you say the DC is 16 to escape. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's a strength check. And for you, it's a strength check as well to move out. Okay, Astra. You see this happen. You see the form of Sariel shift to a crocodile. You see Renard let loose a crossbow bolt. Boblem shift into the form of a snake and begin wrapping around this creature and tightening.
Still just sat on the bank, completely in fear of what's happening, just externally screams in infernal, and but in the creature's head it will hear just a barrage of infernal,
Okay.
and needs to take a Wiz 13 saving throw.
Okay.
One who dissonant whisper.
Yeah. That is a fail.
Yeah, I don't think
So-
scorpions are wisdom rich.
No.
Oh,
Sage scorpions here.
boy.
Fuck him up.
12.
12 damage.
And it
Okay.
has to move as far away from me as possible.
It can't actually
Grappled
move
bound. Okay.
because it's grappled. Yeah.
Wait, let someone go.
No.
Dang it.
No, because it can't. It can't move because Boblem's grappled.
It can't let go of me either.
It can let go of you, but it can't move anywhere.
You can break the thing.
Yeah.
Break free.
Okay.
Big hug pile.
Oh.
You see it can move against Boblem, but it is fucking rooted there. It is
Get
not
wrecked.
great. Yeah. At least you'll go. Cassian, you're on next.
With considering that the monster is grappling Renard and being grappled by Snoblem, is there any chance? Is there any chance of me hitting it with a spell and not hitting either of my allies?
There's a fairly high chance you might hit someone, but
Aim low.
Yeah,
Wrapped around his
but
arms.
also the trauma. How close is Cassian to me? Would I be able to reach and pull him up on?
yeah, you could definitely do
I'm
that.
going to use my action to do that.
Okay.
I just reach out. My hand is like shaking, but I grab hold of Cassian and I just pull him.
Yeah, I'm assuming you don't resist.
No, but I was having a perfectly good time in the water thing.
Okay.
People
Yeah,
actually
you pull
don't
him
mind
out of
being in
harm's
the
way.
water.
Okay. Are you bonus actioning anything?
I'm just gonna like step back as far as I can on the bank.
Okay.
Like,
Okay.
I don't know, like
Yeah, that's fine.
Bye.
bye bitches.
Cassian, it's your turn.
Me, not as considerate as Elyse, will fire off another arcane
Okay.
bolt.
We have advantage.
I do have a snantage. That's 18.
18. Okay, that hits.
Okay.
Basically, if you miss,
Renard.
there's a chance of hitting.
Oh, that will hit someone else.
Yeah.
For 9 points of force damage.
Nice. Okay. One of its claws is exposed and is snapping furiously. The one that went for you, and you target it. The thumb section of it just splinters and flies off. Okay. 9. Did you say?
Yeah.
Okay. It's looking really rough.
Kind of given on to Astra.
Okay. Sariel, it's your turn.
Sariel's gonna bite
That's
it.
what just looks at
Finish him.
So that's one.
Finish
Oh,
it.
that's
Yes, you want to attack.
Advantage.
Yep.
Monge.
19.
19. Your jaws
I went
clamp
right
down
in
on
the
its
face.
exposed head.
It's grappled again.
Okay, it's double grapple.
And
Stick it moving, stick it like, I'm gonna get you! Oh.
Y'all came with the wrong swap, motherfucker!
I get advantage on the damage as well or not?
No,
Okay,
no.
cool. That'd be good. 9.
You have the floor.
Yes! Someone other than Cassian for
Is that your
once.
first turn?
That's my first floor. Like,
Nice.
solo
Well,
floor.
yeah,
We had the one
Yeah.
with both.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, with
Moon.
Moon.
No,
We
yeah,
had Moon, but I'm gonna sort of roll in the water and rip its head off.
Yeah, you do that crocodile thing where they refuse to fucking swallow anything.
Yeah.
They just grab something and roll around.
Boblem.
Shift and smash, and you feel something weakening, and then a chunk of it just falls loose.
You ever want to stop being nice? You ever just want to go ape shit?
It goes still, and you see it spread out. Go limp.
Gonna turn back into Sariel.
Okay.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Sariel.
There are waves rocking the water, and the raft is just going fucking up and down.
What happens to me?
Not enough to knock you off.
Okay.
And its grip comes loose of you.
Nice.
Like Snoblem at the top.
We love Snoblem.
No.
Now kiss.
No more crocodile.
Sha-la-la-la.
Still
Are you still Snoblem or are you Boblem?
I'm gonna go onto the raft as Snoblem because it's easier to get up.
No, I think Snoblem's too big for the raft.
I just imagine that because he's all scales and he's all these yellows and blues. There's one scale patch that's shaped like a sunflower from his.
That's too much!
Yeah. Pretty big if yeah.
Nice.
He turns
Boblem
back
would be.
into Boblem.
Okay. Because
Just like as he was swimming
back.
back.
Yeah. Huh?
Yeah, he would be too big for he goddamn raft.
Definitely ruined.
Ren just pulls his flower crown off and just.
You're able to all paddle. I mean, actually, if you don't want to, you can stay on the raft. Or
I
not
think
on the raft.
I'm gonna walk for a bit.
Okay.
What, along as well on the raft?
Just leave Ren on the raft.
I haven't said anything, I haven't moved or anything, but I'm still on the bank.
I'm pressed to digitate the water off my outfit.
Elyse is still just like crouched back there. She's like crouched down in the bushes, like with a hand up as if she was ready to cast a spell with one hand on the arcane focus, and just kind of slowly stands up.
Okay. And the body of the water scorpion just slowly drifts downriver. Mostly crunched. It's like a lobster post crack.
Delicious. Delicious.
Always with the fish and seafood stuff. Can't wait to go to a desert. Get me out of here.
So I was gonna get back on the raft and just
Okay.
not look at anyone.
Okay.
Hello, stomach.
Ren is just. I'm just standing there, just completely still staring down at the water where I no longer have my leather coat on, and I just took these claws to my sides. There's just like blood seeping through the white shirt, and I just don't want to move.
As Boblem says this, he just takes out the healing potion, sweet tea, and offers it to him.
Yeah.
Will you take it now? I do think you need it. What if we encounter something else? We don't know how dangerous these waters are.
Silently, Ren takes it, pops the top off, and drinks it.
It's delicious.
Just
Taste
like,
for it.
finally some good
Peachy.
fucking food. How many dice do I roll for health?
2d4 plus 2.
6. Cool. That's more reasonable. Thank you.
You're welcome. It's okay to ask for help, you know?
I'm assuming the punting poles are just like gone.
They're floating in the water. I mean, you can pick them up.
Okay. We'll reach for one if I can reach for it without getting wet.
There are also huge branches everywhere, like that you could easily use as well.
In which case, I bend down and I grab one and I just start pushing the raft along again. Like,
Bye.
Are y'all getting back
I
in,
push it like
or...?
towards the shore.
Oh, okay.
So I push it to the shore. Are we getting back on or are we getting off? Because if we walk and we have to get back in the water and we don't have this thing, I have no idea what we're going to
I'm
do.
just gonna, without a word, just run and jump back onto the raft.
What was one?
If you get back onto the raft, you feel it. It's beginning to creak and some of it's coming loose.
Can I do anything to kind of tiny rope or just like
Probably
add to
not
it?
while you're on water, but if you pulled it to the side, you could probably spend some time repairing it.
I can walk for a bit if you go along this side. I'd like to stretch my legs rather than just.
We need to repair the raft,
Okay.
so let's drag it up onto land.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to pull it to the side. If someone wants to make a dexterity check on leading the repairs.
Do I get advantage again?
No, so you got it for the initial build,
Proficiency?
which is helping the DC. But
Well, that's a 6.
okay. In that case, it takes you about 2 hours.
Okay. Elyse is very shaken.
I would like to just sit for that entire time and say nothing.
You can take a short rest if you wish. Woo!
I really need to take a short rest. God, I think I'm going to use some of my hit dice as well. I'm so
Do it,
low.
man.
So I'm rolling.
You can count some shit.
You say with a smile.
As if I didn't orchestrate it all.
I was
Gonna
down
plan
from
this.
47 to 13.
Woo!
Oh boy.
I'm taking a single hit in the most recent fights.
Yeah,
I'm having a great
Apart
time.
from the thing with the bandits, like, I haven't taken any damage.
Hit dice is,
Sorcerers and wizards usually in the bear.
Yeah.
hit dice is
Peace.
up to 3 d6s, isn't it?
Well, you got 4 now because you're level 4.
Oh, nice.
Were you doing your Song of Rest? Or?
Story wise, while this is all happening, Astra's not touching his instruments right now.
So he's not doing solid rest. Okay.
Like he's not mentally there to do that.
Yeah, wait, did you say you were rolling d6s?
Yeah.
Is
Is it higher for me?
You're a fighter, you roll d10.
D10.
Oh my god. Okay, hang on. Let's
Do that again.
That's right. Oh, 10. Nice. Well, I'm just going to roll 2 then, because that's 20.
Nice.
40. Nice. Well, almost fetched 40.
Yeah, so
that's all good.
fighters d10, druids d8, bards d6, I think.
I think so, yeah.
Sorcerers d6 or d8, I'm not sure.
Cool. And I get all my.
No, I get
spells
1d8.
back.
D8, okay.
Sturdy bards.
It might be because I have tough as well.
Ah, true.
As Elyse is fixing the raft, it's taking a very long time. You can see her hands are still like shaking slightly, and she's almost got like an expression of forced concentration on her face, but she is doing it like very
Okay.
slowly.
Okay.
You stop for a while and gather yourselves, pulled up on the bank. The rest of you all notice as well that the river's getting smaller and shallower. Probably coming close to the end.
Astra's just going to take a little walk.
By yourself?
Not far. Like just a little walk around the area. Sort of clear his head and think back to his forest a lot.
How's it coming, Elyse?
How long has it been at this point?
So I would say about an hour and a half through, so you just finish up the final things.
Okay. I think I'm nearly there. Should be good to go soon.
I get up and I help with any, like, lashing of things together, just to finish it up. So we need to take this down river with us, or up river, just in case. we might be able to walk from here, but then we also might, I don't know, get to a huge body of water we need to cross.
Yeah, we can't risk going to stick with the raft.
If anybody wants to walk, then I suppose some of us can take the raft and...
I'm happy to walk for now.
I'll walk, gladly.
I'm fine with either.
Let's get it back in the water.
You sure? You're the one who doesn't like the water. I think if anyone should walk, it should be you.
Fine. Just want to make sure everyone's safe.
Yeah. Is it done?
Helps pushing the water. It doesn't go near the water to...
Yeah.
Okay,
But
so
we get
who's
it in.
on the raft?
Push my puppy out of the water.
Because
I
Just
will-
us three.
You push on, it spreads into about 5 forks, and you realise you'll probably have to cross some streams now to kind of keep up with where they're going. And they're not wide, they're probably about 10 feet wide, so just a little bit wider than the actual raft itself. As it gets to the junction, you pull out your compass and you know northwest, you probably want to be heading down the second one.
Yes, we're back on the boat.
Yeah.
This is after a short while of
We can
walking.
stop the raft and you can just like hop out.
Yeah. So just been walking in complete silence again. Like,
I hop back on and not off the other side because
Okay.
at the first sign of, oh, I'm going to have to walk through the water at some point, I'm done with that idea.
yeah,
Okay.
onto the raft.
Yeah.
You get on and
It's nice to stretch our legs.
the bits where you can walk and you get on and you travel on for about 2 more hours before you find the streams getting too narrow and congested to really bring the raft anymore through. It's a struggle to push it through. So it's getting sort of late afternoon by this point.
But there's land now.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like the land like converges and becomes more of a solid
I'll
land.
like push the raft up onto the bank and just like
Yeah,
pull it up once everyone's
grab a rope
off.
and hop off and...
Mhm.
I'm going to lash it up anyway, just in case.
I was gonna say the same thing.
Good idea.
Mhm.
And if not, somebody else might find it useful.
Mm-hmm.
So I lash like our big sticks on top of it,
Yeah.
so they're available, and then tie it to the nearest rock or tree.
Like a
Yeah.
weird rental
Plenty of
boat.
trees, yeah.
Rental boat. We've got to be there soon, right?
Yeah. Can we see anything through the?
Darkness through the
Brush.
trees.
Take out the compass, make sure we're going in the right direction.
Dark?
Go in.
Is it
Well, it's like
dark now?
it's it's late afternoon,
Oh.
but
Oh.
where the trees get so dense
Okay,
you can't see
cool.
beyond the further point. It just
Oh,
becomes
okay.
darkness. You can wind your way through, and it's a lot of ducking underneath branches and having to climb over roots. And there's no sort of semblance or form or unity to any of the trees. They're all just growing over each other and through each other.
Can I see like a particularly big tree or like a tree that's on its own anywhere?
It doesn't
Or
seem to be. It
anything
seems to be all just dense growth.
like that? Okay.
A lot of like vines hang down. And you
Okay.
see various critters like moving up and down and
Yeah.
across the floor.
Keep going.
Okay. You travel northwest for close to 2 hours before you find a slight mist creeping around your ankles.
Of ears. Mist of ears.
Bringing it back.
You must give the mist ears to appease it. Oh no! What a shame.
Okay.
I want to say, by the way, that Astra has prestidigitation in his bag,
Yeah.
so his bag's dry again.
Mhm.
But he's still filthy.
Mhm.
Let's move as fast as we can, I suppose.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm still walking.
So I guess we'll try and keep a faster pace.
Okay.
As they walk to fill in the awkward silence, Boblem just starts humming because he doesn't know what else to do.
Boblem sings country roads.
Hey, if it sounds familiar, coincidence. Like walking like a scarecrow, just humming because he doesn't know what to do.
Boblem, no, we don't have the copyright to that song.
I just said humming.
Okay. You press on into the mist, and it gets thicker and it gets higher. And you're walking through, and you can see everyone around you. You're in a fairly close space, but you can't see more than maybe 20 feet. And then you press on.
Boom,
Dark
boom.
vision?
Two dancing lights.
It's not that it's light. It's
it's the trees.
mist. Yeah,
Right.
dancing lights. It does help. It does illuminate.
just so that they're like showing the bits that are just in front of
Ooh,
us.
Can I gust to
Yeah,
dissipate
yeah,
some
yeah.
of
You
the mist in front of
blow
us?
it. It does clear a path. You have to not continually cast it, but every like 30 seconds.
I'll
Like,
just.
Is this the right way? Because this seems to be getting thicker.
I also just stop. Does anyone have anything that can, I don't know, test if this is dangerous?
The mist?
I can try and see if there's any traps, but that's about it.
I've got nothing of the sort.
Not really.
Mist never
I
been-
could identify the mist. I don't think.
Mist has never been dangerous that I've known, but it
I
might
just-
just help us get. It
I
might
don't know,
make us get
that's-
lost.
Just with the food, or
There's
as long
nothing
as we
else
have the
I-
compasses.
I
Can we make like an Arcana or a Nature check?
yeah, sure.
Oh,
Make
yeah.
an nature check.
Alright,
Just
just
one.
one.
One of you, yeah.
Oh.
Natural 20!
Hey!
So
Mist.
22 total. It's
It's
mist.
just mist. Okay.
It's just fog.
Fine. We keep going. We have
No,
compasses.
it's definitely not magical, isn't it?
It's
Very
nothing
bad.
special.
Gusting.
Yeah, taking out the compass and focusing, like walking, focus on the compass, walking and focus on the compass, make sure we're keeping the same direction.
Okay. You press on, stepping through the swamp, and the tree roots become lower and become more familiar as they're built into the ground and less coming out and waist high. You're still having to climb and clamber over a few of them, and the canopy becomes higher over time as well. You're walking for another hour, and the sun starts beginning to set. Okay, there are just patches of faint golden light just coming through. You see the drifting of leaves and bits of trees and bugs sort of chittering about you. It feels reminiscent of when you first stepped into the swamps, when the air is thick and pressing around you. And you move on. It's a bit colder, and with the mist completely enshrouding you now, you see it. You can't really see your feet all too well with how thick it is. You hold out your hand in front of you, and it's blurred. You press on. Another
Two more
half-
dancing lights come up.
They do help, and they do
Yeah.
dismiss it. And as you gust the mist away, it helps as well. But after 5-6 seconds, it starts to just creep back in again.
Do we stay or do we continue forward?
We continue forward.
I don't think we can even see where would be safe to stay. We can't even see our environment.
Looking on your map, you feel like you're pretty close.
Looking at the distance.
Okay. You walk on for a little bit more, and two large shapes loom out of the mist. You stop, and they don't move. There's something's manifested in the distance, maybe 20 meters from you, that breaks up the line of the trees.
Everyone's seeing that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we try and perception check it from here, like to see what it actually is, or?
Can, but you'd be at disadvantage.
I'll send one or two of my lights over that way.
Okay. Do you gust at the same time, or?
Yeah.
Okay, that would help. So you follow this path through the mist and send your lights dancing along and move to it, and the shape coalesces from this blurred sort of oblong outline and sharpens, and it's a pillar, completely upright, and move up to it. It's maybe 7-8 meters tall and a meter thick. It seems to be discs stacked on top of each other, each one maybe half a meter high. There's probably like 14-15 of them, and goes up above the tree line. There are things carved on it that you can't make out from this distance.
I'm going to approach
Oh, yeah,
Same.
I'll approach it.
cautiously.
Looking for snakes.
Snakes.
Okay. You move up to it, and you see it's sculpted and carved in beautiful, intricate detail. These layered discs, each depicting what seem to be drawings and stories and faces, but you don't recognise them. Atop it, cresting it, is the very top one isn't a disc. It's a carved likeness of a face, but the eyes are wide. There are fins spreading out from the face.
Is the mist
Gills.
wet?
Yeah.
I think this is the way into Sanskrit.
I guess so.
You look to your right and you notice maybe 10 meters the other way, another one.
This is like a city
Entranceway.
gates.
Markers,
And-
path.
Yeah.
Ezra said it was moist. The air was full of moisture.
Yeah, makes sense. I think we found it.
Yeah.
Or nearly, anyway.
In a language you recognise,
Neat.
well, in a dialect of a language you recognise, you see writing that says Sanskrit atop some of it, the drowned emerald.
Sorry. Writing.
How much
This-
further in?
We followed the pillars. So
It says Sanskrit there,
I want
and
to
I
take
point up at the writing.
a few steps through and like feel the ground under my feet. Is it like we're entering a walkway or?
It doesn't feel any more firm. It feels similar to the area that you're on. The area that you're on is more firm than like the banks of the river,
Yeah.
but it doesn't feel any markedly different from the next meter over beyond the
I
pillar.
want to go to the next pillar, inspect that one.
Okay, it looks almost exactly the same,
Mhm.
except for the head at the top
It's different.
is slightly different. It's still slightly piscine, slightly fish-like in appearance, but the eyes are more drawn back, more angular, more humanoid. Instead of fins coming out the side, there's one cresting the top and moving down.
And like scanning the horizon from there, do I see a third one off in the
You
distance?
don't know.
No, it doesn't seem to be a third one yet.
Again, I say, it says Sanskrit at the top of the pillar.
These are like next to each other, right? Not like.
Yeah. So they're like,
Yeah.
like
It's like a
like
doorway.
parallel to each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, like two
Okay.
pillars of doorway.
Yeah.
So this
But
is
that's 10
Doorway,
meters
not
apart.
a trail.
So we just go through.
Do you? Yeah.
What language is that? I've never seen it before.
Very ancient language.
It's all swirls and crests and almost gusts and droplets. It looks like carved into.
It's beautiful.
No, I've never seen it written like that before, but I recognise it.
The architecture
And it
is
says
stunning.
The stone
the
is
drowned
this
emerald.
blue-grey stone, which is flecked with these veins of almost sapphire or lapis lazuli, which just crack
Ooh.
and marble through it.
Beautiful.
It says the drowned emerald.
Hmm.
That ring a bell to anyone?
Does it?
Ever heard that before?
No.
Interesting.
No. Maybe it's a name for the city. Another name for the city.
Maybe. Well, I don't see any reason we should waste any more time here. We must be close.
Is it still misty as we walk?
Very.
through? I'll keep gusting
Okay.
then.
Okay. So you press through like between the two pillars.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You press on the same direction for about another 100 meters, and two more shapes loom out.
The same?
Very similar. You get to them, and instead of a face at the top, it's an entire body and humanoid at the top. What seems to be a male form, muscular, long hair, pulling at his hair and like combing through it, and a long tail which spirals around the entire column, with these huge fins extending at the base. You look over to the next one, and there's a very similar carving.
Do we recognise what species it depicts?
Make an Arcana check.
19.
Okay.
Sorry.
I mean, for one, you've met Mero before, which was similar, which is what you encountered in the river in the flooded hills, but they looked slightly more leaning towards fish and less human.
Yeah.
You've heard tales of mermaids before, and merfolk.
Oh, it's a reverse mirror.
Mero are like angry mermaids.
Oh.
Mermaids that haven't had their morning coffee.
Yeah, pretty much.
Mood.
Well, it seems like
mood.
this is the way to go.
Stop it.
No.
You can't tell yourself off for that. That's good.
I'm just gonna stride forwards in awe, looking
Yeah.
out for potentially more of these pillars.
I take another moment just to like stare at the statues and kind of take them in, and then I follow after Ren.
Okay.
Gust again.
You push through another 100 meters.
As we go through, I would just like to stealthily drop a shell on one of the pillars.
Okay. Make a sleight of hand check. And
18.
Okay. Who would be closest, do you think?
I would be like trailing at the back to do that.
So
Okay.
Elyse, because Elyse was
Yeah,
trailing
fair.
behind,
Well, if
but-
you're in front, then yeah. Then don't worry, you still drop a shell.
Do we see anything if we look up above?
Just a canopy of trees. but the canopy of trees is slightly lower than the top of the statues. So the statues go through. So there's a small hole around the tree, like in the tree canopy, where the statues go through. As if maybe the statues have been here for a long time and the trees have grown around, but the trees aren't high enough to reach the top. Sorry, I keep saying statues, it's pillars.
Yeah.
Statues on top.
So they are pillars.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, just strolling through them.
Okay. You push on another 100 meters, another set, and these ones just covered in these frescoes and pictures and stories, and you look, and each disc is depicting people coming somewhere, and it's carved in incredible, intricate detail. People of all races and manners and species flocking to this one place, and one creature sort of standing above them, this fish-like body, and this tail that just ends, well, this lower half of the body that just ends in a swirl of water, who seems to be in this role of lifting them up and bringing them together and building something. And it seems to tell the story of a city being built and then a city being hidden deep in the swamps.
What was it the ranger woman said?
It was like
The Lord lifted it up with some sort of magic.
This is like a safe haven for people, and people stay here and they don't.
I don't think it would be a good idea to tell the people here that we've been making a map.
No.
Maybe it needs to stay hidden for a reason. Should we be making a map?
The Married is what they call the Lord.
It's fine, we haven't mapped the last day and a half.
I wouldn't think it would be fair to map this area exactly to get here if they're trying to stay secret.
Yeah, I agree.
Although Ezra didn't mind speaking about it.
True. Oh, we did save her life though. Proved ourselves trustworthy, I guess.
Did we say we were trying to map the area when we talked to them?
I don't believe we did. Just that we were going here.
Yeah, maybe they thought they were just being helpful, but they didn't know helpful towards what.
I'd like to copy just a rough version of that.
Yeah.
Was it a carving?
Yeah, there's but it goes all the way up.
Right.
And you
Just
can-
like the main bit, like the thing being lifted
Yeah,
up. and
yeah.
The creature.
Yeah, you get this
I copy that
the,
into
the
my
story probably continues, but you can't see above like a
Yeah.
certain point. And at the top, you look up and it's crowned by more creatures. These ones you don't recognise. It seems similar to the one which is lifting people up. A very heavy set, built, fish-like, completely scaled body with a fish's head, arms and limbs. But where their tail, their lower half would be, it's covered in a sash which just meld into water and steam, which is swirling around the column as it comes down.
This was so cool.
You see Elyse smile for the first time today. She's like, this is really cool.
We keep going.
Press on.
No
You
reason
march.
to come back.
Expectantly, another 100 metres waiting to see these dark shapes emerge out of the mist again. And they do. But these ones are smaller, narrower, and it forms a full arch. You move up to them in the mist, and you see, not built in very similar fashion, not as large, maybe 10 feet high, an archway, and you see a stone bridge, the same blue-grey stone, extending out into the mist.
Oh Lord, they going.
You step
There's still
up.
such silence between everyone. Just
Yeah,
like,
just in
Yeah.
absolute awe.
You place your first step on stone in a long while, and your second, third, and step out. The bridge about 10 feet wide, on adorned blue-grey stone. To your sides, railings of black wood. Looks like maybe like oak or something thick and dense, but just dripping and covered in water. Out past the bridge, mist as far as you can see. You can see 30, 40 feet in front of you, but it's just bridge and just mist.
This seems incredible.
It is.
It's beautiful.
I had no idea something like this existed.
No.
kind of put a hand on the rail and sort of lean over. Stunning.
You hear faint noises in the mist. You hear the paddling, splashing of wood against water. You hear something muffled. Ding, dong, dong, ring out. More muffled, but just barely, just imperceptibly. Dum dum, dum dum, dum dum, with a bell. Noises of a city.
We're here.
I just
At
keep
the
walking across the bridge.
sound of the city,
Yeah.
and suddenly sort of all snaps down a bit. And Astra, can I have my coat?
Yes, of course you can. Takes the coat off and gives it back.
Tidies up his hair, puts the coat on, buttons it all the way up, hood up, and the mask back on over his face.
I do raise my hood as I walk across the bridge and maybe like tuck my hair back into it, but I'm not so cautious that I'm going to like disguise myself or anything just yet.
At seeing Renard and at least sort of tidying himself, Astra finally looks at himself and is like, and just finally prestidigitates his clothes and hair and sort of neatens himself back up, like as though he's just realised how he's looked previously.
Perhaps I have a bathhouse and nice lodgings.
Bathhouse. Delightful.
And good food.
A bathhouse?
You've never been to a bathhouse?
An establishment where you can take a hot bath and there's usually like oils or herbs in the water.
No.
It's very pleasant.
We have to find one. You have to try one.
Okay.
You continue stepping across the bridge. You feel it rising up. You walk on for another minute, just marvelling at the silence and awe and spectacle. And shapes manifest in the distance, darkness, lines that you can't make out fully. And you get closer, two glowing blue-green orbs, balls of light. You walk closer still and they merge as one. And mist just burns away. You walk through and you see before you the marvel of the city of Sanskra. You see just an array of black wood buildings, tiered and stacked atop of each other. Looking out at the ground, no more stone. It's all bridges and platforms and rafts and wood just overlaying and stacking on top of each other. It's this incredible mishmash of things which are almost thrown on top of each other and look precarious but also stable. And buildings that are stacked on top of each other going 3-4 stories high. Not individual buildings but with 3-4 stories, but 3-4 stories of buildings built on top of each other. And it's like an incredible nest or honeycomb. This marvel of architecture. And you stop and look out a small sort of semicircle before you of open space. And the buildings just crowd over an arch, and where the tops of the buildings are, they're still shrouded in mist. And looking down the alleyways, mist reforms again in those, and you can't see too far into the city, but you see people moving about. You see two people at the end of the bridge in this blue-green armour, scaled and spiked helmets, round shields with a greening face on, holding spears, looking up expectantly at you almost. You hear the noises and rings of the city. The sides of the buildings, the corners of them, each one decorated in this incredible detailing. You see gargoyles perching on the end of every corner, water just dripping and spewing from their mouths constantly. You see hooks and rings and intricate carvings at the tips of every roof, which slants down and curves up steeply. You hear the ever-present dripping of water as moisture collates on the roofs and falls down to street level. It's not silent, but you feel a sense of calm. The mist is thinned out enough that you can see, but it's still present. You're about 15 feet away from the guards, who have both looked up to you.
It's the floating city, is what they said, didn't they? There was no way to be the way it is, and yet.
Incredible. What are we telling the gods?
That's what
Travellers.
travellers.
Maybe we could name drop Ezra. Don't know if there's any chance they know her, but
Maybe we just approach.
You step closer, you see the stilts and poles disappearing into the mist and water, supporting the entire city. Some of them not more than bamboo, some of them mighty trunks of oak and this black wood, all just dripping in moisture. You see on the corner of every building, hanging from most windows, these globes, these orbs, giving out this blue-green light, which just dissipates over the entire area, giving it this eerie and chilling but somehow warm and comforting feel. It's utterly alien but also welcoming. You see two humanoids in this bluish green scaled armour, heavy spiked helmets, round brass shields with what seem to be a fish-like face, one grinning, one screaming. Face, like one is happy, one is like screaming, like angry, like caricatures of face.
Relatable.
Each holding a spear which seems to be tipped not with metal but with some shard of bone or fin that is serrated and jagged and pointed.
nice.
Underneath this blue-green scaled armour are robes of cream and black with trimmings of turquoise and green. They look up to you as you arrive and you see underneath their helmets turquoise-ish skin, gills, slits inside the helmet where these finned pointed ears poke out.
Like with the Sentinel, Astra's just like a little bit enthralled by their appearance.
The two look over you and one steps forward. Can't really determine male or female, as just sort of the appearance of the person is so, just doesn't really fit with what we've seen before. I see we have travellers to Sanskrit.
Yes.
Yes.
Good day.
Good day. May the blessing be upon you. What brings you here?
We're just passing through.
Not many people pass through Sanskrit.
Curiosity, I suppose, brought us this way.
How long do you intend to stay?
I'm not entirely sure, but
Perhaps a few days.
your city's amazing, so
I know. Do you intend to cause trouble?
Absolutely not. Just looking for a bed to sleep in, somewhere to rest.
You'll find some. The Jumping Swallows isn't here. And relatively open and accommodating to those who aren't too familiar with the city.
Do you get many travellers through?
Occasion, but you're not the first humans here. But don't expect to see many.
have you seen any others lately?
The ladies come through, returned. The Lady of Turquoise,
Who's
she
that?
makes a home here. One of
Lady
the
of-
Turquoise, like turquoise, but with a D instead of it.
Okay.
She makes a home here. Has many human couriers, servants, staff.
Hmm.
They keep to themselves. I wouldn't know where to find them.
Is there anything we should know about the city?
No open flames.
No open flames.
There are designated spots where braziers are lit to cook fish and food. You'll find them in the city. Outside of that, they sort of gesture back. It's a lot of wood.
Yeah.
They sort of crack a smile. Don't cause trouble. Don't start any fights. If we ask you to do something, comply with it as best you can. Try and stay out of people's way if they're in a hurry. And please, enjoy yourself. They step back The compatriot steps back as well. So they're basically both looking into the avenue, but create the space for you to walk through.
Cassian strides forward like.
Thank you. Mom follows.
You step in.
I give them one last look and nod as I walk through.
Go.
Are you coming with Sariel?
Sariel's not said a word since they left the tomb, and has just been sort of walking like she's sleepwalking, but very warily eyes the guards as she walks past them.
Okay.
Astra stood close to Sariel, not touching, not saying anything, just stood near her.
Okay. You step through and you're in a sort of semicircular area with a bridge behind you and a bunch of avenues spiraling off into the city. It doesn't look like they're like designated roads, it's just the spaces where there aren't buildings, and the avenues wind and turn and step up and down, and you look and it's just platforms and daises and a bridge over a little stream of water. The entire thing feels almost like all one building, one huge just honeycomb of black wood and dripping and gargoyles, and this faint blue-green glow everywhere. You look up at the people who are nearest you, and they're all passing by, but certainly eyeing most of you. You see many more folk with the same blue-green coloration, finned ears. You see people who resemble Ezra, with the much deeper blue skin, a moisture present, the black long hair going down. You look around, you hear crashing out from behind the side of a building. You see a huge figure, 7 feet tall and nearly as wide, a huge spiked shell on their back, muscular arms, shoulders with sort of thick, scaly, leathery skin. This long curving neck poking forward before this wizened, crinkled face, and with sort of patchwork armour.
I love me a turtle.
And this sickle at their side. Step through and you feel the little bridge, the dais that you're on, shake as it does, and moisture shakes down from the buildings as they walk through, and they pass by you and just carry on going.
As with the others, like Astra again is just like completely in awe of all of these different races and creatures that he's coming across. So he's staring back like,
Yeah, same.
Okay. You see a couple of people walk towards you, sort of androgynous in appearance, long pointed ears, dark skin, but the tips of it tinted blue-green, resembling elves, but they certainly look different to how you've seen before, and clad in these long draping robes, these trains that go behind them of seafoam and white, and bearing what seem to be these platinum strips of jewellery across their shoulders, which are just laced into the shoulders of other outfits, and look you up and down as they move past and whisper to each other in a language you don't recognise, and carry on. And the city is very much alive, and the city is very much aware of your
Finally,
presence.
like, lower her hood now.
Okay,
Seeing
okay.
it seems okay.
One or two people take a look, and
I believe we appear very out of place.
the guards called me human.
they were sort of just like looking to agree with it.
They call us all human.
I mean, I didn't think I was human, so we must pass off as human.
No.
I would like a bed and a bath. I'm sure we can find both those things here.
The jumping swallows?
That sounds good.
Where do we even go to find that?
Should have asked for directions.
You can ask anyone, should we?
Yeah.
Looking for a bath? You hear a voice from... You look around and you don't see it anywhere. Down here! And
down.
where there's a patch between a small bridge, you see a humanoid torso just lying back in the water. Hair splayed out, this sort of goldeny blonde and completely shirtless, the torso, but you see scales creeping up just over their belly, and the tail disappearing into water where they just sort of keep themselves in place.
Hello.
Is this person talking to us like through the floorboards?
There's like a gap. There's a little bridge.
Right, okay. I'm just imagining us like
gap. Oh yeah, they're pretty much directly below you.
squinting through like,
Yeah.
hello?
Yeah, Boblem just calls back, hello.
Yes, we're looking for a bathhouse and a place to stay.
I can do you 2 in 1. Follow me. The water snakes. It's the name of the place, not me. Okay. And they dive under for a second and then re-emerge on the other side. It's almost like Venice, in these little canals and alleyways of water everywhere you go. And you see them dip and lead along one side. And there's a small walkway to the side where you could all walk one by one. And they start off moving into the city.
They seem trustworthy.
Be an insight check.
14.
14. They seem trustworthy. They seem to know the place, and it's certainly something you've never encountered before, but seem genuine.
Okay.
Have you ever seen anything like?
Never. Grew up mostly surrounded by humans, and this is quite quite different.
You do see a tail flip out of the water and sort of drive them through as they lazily, listlessly just swim past. And you see them move down this alley. And if you follow in, the buildings, as they stack, can come up and overarch you, and it's reminiscent of the canopy of trees that you're under. But to your side, just black, solid wood. You pass doors which lead right out onto the water, and at every corner, a gargoyle, a crouched little creature sculpted out of the wood with a mouth open, face of some aquan creature, sharks, fish, crocodiles, just constantly just dripping moisture. Gorgeous detail on the trim of every corner, of every building, and little blue-green lanterns hanging at every point which illuminate and break through most of the fog. You still can't see the end of avenues, but you have much better light, and everything is tinted with all the black wood tinted with this blue-green light. And you follow them down, and they get to a corner and expectantly wait. And you catch them up, and cresting along this little like walkway, and then you have to cross over a small bridge, nothing more than maybe 30-40 centimetres wide. It's a balancing act to get across, but then you're in a proper street which is flanked by this stream which sort of cuts in between and out, and the journey is about 5 minutes, just crossing over bridges and walkways and ducking under low-hanging bits of wood and moving through this forest of structure before they dip down and then emerge again, just listlessly in the water. Gesture, you see a sign hanging over an archway which just leads out to the water, which just says the water snakes, and they emerge and plop their elbows down the side in front of you, and
Anybody have?
if I could be compensated for my time, I would be most appreciative.
I
Just
dropped
looks at Renard.
2 gold pieces in their hand.
Take it in there. But Angel,
Thank you.
Thank you.
they drop
Boblem
down,
was
and the
the thing
hand
with his
just comes
hand.
up over the water and webbed, you see.
That was
Flow.
That's
an
wonderful.
experience. Does the water snakes look like a decent place?
It looks interesting.
Interesting.
Door's a bit crooked. The sign's hanging slightly off kilter.
And does not want to go in.
You hear noise, ambient music from inside, from through the cracks in the door. There are no windows that you can see.
Does it sound like bar noises?
It sounds just very ambient music, very calm and
Like
relaxed.
a spa.
The gang goes to the spa.
We deserve a spa treatment.
So what's the plan? Are we going in here? This is where this.
We would like
I
to hurt to
suppose
see.
we should at least look at it.
Yeah, we would
Yeah.
like to see.
Why not? It could be colorful.
Cozy.
Sure.
Let's check it out, Sariel. Still stood next to her the whole time.
Still not really with it.
Still talking though.
As you said, I've realised how quiet she's been, and I'm just turning around. Is everything alright with Sariel?
Oh, she had a panic attack back in the ruins.
It's been quite a day, huh?
Yeah.
Sariel, can you hear us?
Barely registering you.
Perhaps a bed first.
Yeah. Perhaps we need to eat, drink something, sleep. Would you like that, Sariel?
Again,
She's
barely.
She's been walking along with us, so I assume that if we do that, then she'll do it too.
Right. So let's poke our head in, maybe that's...
Elyse will walk through the door. And you see a large room in front of you. You see what seems to be a desk built out of the same black wood. Floors, polished hardwood as well. Slick, but not with moisture. Obviously cleaned and waxed. Black wooden walls. You see 2 doors, small, in front of you, behind the desks, and large doors to either side. Okay. A figure writing something behind the desk looks up. Seems to be same species or race as the guard that you met up front. Welcome.
When you
Come
say
on
like, polished hardwoods and stuff, does it look nicer on the inside than it did on the outside?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Great.
Okay, everyone's happy.
It's not like
Yeah,
Hilton,
following
but it does look nice. You step in and you do see 2 small pedestals with what seem to be white stone carved, like little mini statues. Behind the desk, you see some draping of plants that you don't recognise. Just this tumbling of greenery and moisture and vines. Come
I
in.
step up to the desk, I pull down the lower part, so I'm not just talking to him through a mask.
Oh, it's a lady.
It's a lady.
It's a lady.
Look, just talking to her through a piece of cloth. We've been brought here seeking a bed, a bath, perhaps something to eat.
You come to the right place. For all of you.
All of us.
We don't provide food, but a bed we can do, and the baths we are known for.
Do you have recommendations for food?
I can write you up a list of places. Do you wish to try the local cuisine? I gather you're not from around here. I'm Jeddah.
Renard.
Well, I'd love to try it. I'm Boblem.
Boblem.
Introduce myself.
Jeddah.
Yeah. Jedda.
We would be happy with the local cuisine. We've come a long way. It'd be good to rest.
It'd be a pleasure. I can point you to the halls. Eating's very much a community experience around here. Baths for all of you? Rooms?
Rooms,
Yes.
definitely. I'm not sure. Do we want to sleep before we bathe, or do we want to bathe before we sleep?
While you bathe, I will have rooms prepared for you.
That would be good.
For accommodation and use of the baths for your entire time here, it's 2 gold a head a night.
Are these shared rooms or private rooms?
They can be.
How many rooms you got?
We have enough to accommodate. If you wish to share, we can knock some gold off the asking price.
I would like personally a private room and a private bath. If
I would like a private room and a private bath.
The baths are not private.
Ah.
They are communal.
What?
That's,
Just a private room then, please.
Bless you. Sorry.
are you?
the baths, let me show you. And she steps out from behind the desk, and you see she's wearing just fairly simple looking clothing, but seems to be like black silks and embroidered with blue around the collar and around the cuffs, and simple looking but nice in there in how they're made. I steps through to the door to the left, pushes it open, and steam just wafts out. Opens it up, and you see more hardwood floors, and after the steam rolls out, you see heavy columns, 8 of them going off into the steam. You see steps leading down and water just lapping against the surface of the stairs. You see in the distance the sort of vague shapes in the steam of 1 or 2 people who are just basically just chilling on the side, like up against the sides. You see what seem to be a small room off to the left hand side as well. Like another separate door. And there's a walkway around the entire bath section. But it seems to be just one open, long, shallow pool. Like a Roman bath, essentially.
That's amazing.
It's beautiful.
So like everyone just gets in and
You relax.
together.
Looks awfully nice.
There's a separate room beyond the cold water. You spend some time in here, time in the cold room, and then a room beyond for oils, salts, herbs, treatment through relaxation.
Sounds delightful.
Rooms, I'll be having my own, but I don't know whether you want to share or...
Private room.
Okay.
And for the 3 of you,
I don't mind sharing, but if people want to be alone, that I get that.
I kind of want a private room.
I don't mind either way.
So 4
To
private
you.
rooms and 1 for the 2 of you?
and are you staying for the one night or?
I'd say let's take it as 2.
2 seems fair.
Yeah.
Right. It'll be 16 pieces of gold. Baths for all of you. 5 rooms. Because 5 gold for one night, 5 gold for one night, 6 gold for the baths.
Yeah.
We haven't divvied up loot yet.
Cassian will cover 4 of that with the money he got from the bandits.
And Ren drops a small pouch of gold on the desk to cover the rest.
Okay.
Cool.
I'm just taking
We've got no money.
dice on the
Poor
floor.
as fuck.
Thank you for your custom. Please. Come with me. And she closes the door and leads you into a small separate room, which is essentially it's probably like a waiting room, you imagine. There are low, comfortable couches. It's not sparse, but it's not ornately furnished. The furniture in there is nice and it's comfortable, and there's a jug of chilled water to the side. You don't see any ice in it, which is a bit curious, but and after a short while you're left in there, and she comes back in and comes back with these small wooden slips, each just with a number painted on it. Brings you back through the centre and takes you up this winding set of stairs, a bit rickety, and you come to a second level. You go to a wide corridor with a number of rooms down it. You're each shown to a separate room and brought in, like the 2 of you who are in the end, which is slightly larger. Basic amenities. There's a bowl, a metal bowl on a stand which is full of water, a jug of iced water, this one with ice in it, in each one, a few goblets, a bed, comfortable but not ornate, and just an open chest in each one for storage.
Is there a lock on the chest?
Yes, each one is kept open and there's a key next to it.
Thank you, this is very pleasant.
I'll be downstairs should you need anything. Please avail yourselves of the baths at any time.
Nice. Thank you. Well, it does the thing with his hand.
Charming.
Thank you for your help.
Please. It's my profession. She inclines her head slightly and leaves you to your business. You're all just in the corridor. Have we shown your rooms?
So what do we do to go to the baths?
I mean, I've never been in one, so I'd like to try one.
Mm-hmm.
You go, you strip, you bathe.
You notice that there are towels and loose-fitting, like silk wraps, essentially, left on the bed.
They mention oils and salts. What do you do with that?
You put them in the water?
Or do you
Like
use
you're
the scrub on
seasoning a
yourself?
chicken?
I mean, I suppose in the most basic of senses.
But they're scented to be relaxing.
And they're good
to-
for your skin.
Yes, detoxify.
Oh.
Right.
Could use a lavender oil if you wanted to get a good night's sleep.
Oh.
Maybe rosewood.
Okay.
That's lovely. Yeah. Like seasoning a chicken then.
Well, we can all.
Don't we all?
He's like, he has no experience with this things like boiling water,
What's this
oil,
bougie
and
job?
like spices, salt.
Seasoning myself.
You're gonna taste great after this.
Well, there's no reason why we have to stick together for the rest of the day. I mean, we're not going to be in any danger here by the look of it.
No, it seems pretty safe.
Yeah. Let's just agree at least that we won't wander off.
Yes.
As in outside of this place. or
No open fire and no getting into fights.
Why are you looking at me?
It is evening at this point, by the way.
Good. I walk into my room and I close the door.
Elyse does the same.
Yeah. I go straight to the baths, but I have some stuff I want to do in the evening before sleep.
I
Yeah. Boblem goes to the bath as well.
Yeah.
wait
Very
until I hear the others leave,
Okay.
and then I go back downstairs to the desk.
So we'll basically go around.
Yeah.
What does everyone want to do? So you go to your room.
After I've had a bath.
Oh yeah. Yes, you go down. You enjoy the bath. It's
Oh, no,
pretty much
no, no.
everything you expect.
No, no.
Okay,
We can
well,
still
those of
go.
you who go to the bath first.
Yeah, we can go.
Yeah,
do
we
go
go to the bath.
together.
Together then.
When Astra gets into their room, he would put his backpack into the lockbox, essentially.
Hmm.
It should be safe in here, right? Like, this. We're gonna lock this and then we're gonna lock our door.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
There is a separate lock on the door where you can bring, and you feel the chest, and it's sturdy as fuck. You lock it, test it. The iron padlock itself is thick and sturdy.
Mm-hmm.
God, there's just something in there you keep buried here.
Yes. Definitely.
Yeah, I think it should be fine.
Okay. So what do we do now? Do we get undressed here and use these ropes?
I don't know.
Does it look like there's any places down there?
They just walk down naked.
When do you season? When do you what?
I don't know.
So you did show. Sorry, down there. If we didn't make clear, to the left there was. It will look like a separate room. You could probably go get changed.
Right.
Maybe we take the ropes and go downstairs.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
So they take the robes from the bed and head down into the little private room.
Okay. There's a small, like a wooden decked changing room, essentially.
Yeah, Astra just strips down,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
pulls his hair out of his braids so it's actually loose for once,
Yeah.
and goes into the bath.
Same with Bobo. He just takes off his farmer's hat, overalls, and everything just gets in.
No shame.
You see Cassian down there already.
Bubbles just.
Astra will like move over to sit next to him.
His bath is lavender scented.
Nice.
And he's got a bit of scrub.
Scuzzy is a scrub.
For the podcast, I am flipping Astra off. Wow, flipping B off.
Bobo also goes to sit with them and goes like, "So what you do with this salt?"
I'm using it to scrub my arms and legs.
Why?
Gets rid of dead skin.
Oh. Nina had that skin.
Oh, your skin's always dying.
Sexual horror.
A skin monster falls.
Roll initiative.
Astra just sinks into the water, really enjoying the smell of lavender, letting his hair.
You see his hair just drift out around.
Oh,
These all smell so good.
Cute. Yeah, Boblem just imitates Cassian as best as he can, being like, "Alright."
Cassian passes him the salt as he's just rubbing his arms currently.
Ah, thank you.
It's like a pink, very like scented salt.
Just
Not-
like a chicken.
Not for eating.
No,
Okay.
I don't think
Smell
it will taste
nice
very good.
though.
So if you want me, I want to find a bathhouse.
I was like, "You're not getting this away from me. You're not taking this experience from me."
and just kind of shuts his eyes and pretends that the 2 other people aren't there.
That's just quiet. He's relaxing and like feeling the heat.
You're still in the water with him.
My hair brushes your shoulder.
I like to imagine they're both sat on each side of Cassian. So it's in the middle. 0 feet apart. Because they don't know how to use a bathhouse.
There's a lot of empty space around.
We like to be close.
I feel like you 2 are holding hands over Cassian.
Yep. After about 10 minutes of this interruption of Cassian's day, yet again, he just gets up and walks back up to his room. Didn't take a robe down with him. Doesn't have a rope to set back up. Walks back up to his room.
Fair.
Boblem watches him.
He walks past the man who's at the front desk. What is wrong with you?
But she's fairly used to it. You get the impression she's probably seen that.
Boblem just watches and goes, perhaps we did it wrong.
I have a feeling we can't do anything right near him.
Okay. What are the rest of you doing?
Oh my god.
Who wants to go first?
Sarah's gone up to her room and locked the door, planning to bath later.
Okay.
Her clothes are still wet from the scorpion fight.
Yeah. Oh, sweet baby. Sweet baby.
Are you doing anything else?
No, not particularly now anyway.
I'll go into my room. Is there a mirror?
There's not a mirror, no. There's like polished reflective surfaces in one of the bathhouse rooms, but not in each room, no.
In that case, yeah, I'll go into my room and I'll kind of wait for a little bit and let myself feel some things. It's being like the first moment I've actually been alone since like everything. I find myself just kind of like sitting on the bed despondently for a little while, tears like stinging at the eyes, and then I'm just like, and I get up and I wanna, what story are we on?
Oh right, I thought you meant like D&D story.
What chapter of the campaign is this?
Story of the building.
You're on the first floor.
I'm gonna jump out the window.
Did we just say?
There's a very small window. You could fit out of it, but it's gonna be a
we
bit
just
of a...
Oh, for
agreed?
fuck's sake. Okay, I'm
No,
gonna walk downstairs.
yeah, you could get out. Okay, yeah, you walk downstairs.
Oh no, Ren's down there.
Isn't it?
I'm leaving. I'm going out for a stroll. I'm just gonna walk out and ignore Ren.
Okay, we'll get to what you do probably next session.
Okay.
As we will have more time, we can fully explore what you do.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyone else?
Yes.
Ren's at the desk.
I approached the front desk again.
Would you like to speak to the manager?
Ding ding.
Hi, I was wondering what time the bath closed. Are they open all night?
It'll be open all night, as long as someone's using it.
Okay. In which case, I was wondering how much I could possibly have it closed for an hour and have a private bath. How much that could cost?
Well, we're paying for everyone who uses it, so 10 gold if it's right now. 20 gold tomorrow in the morning.
In a couple of hours' time, 10 gold.
It could be done.
Then I'd like to do that.
Okay, I'll come find you at your room.
Thank you.
Not a problem.
I
So,
count out 10 gold and then 2 more per trouble. And go back to my room.
it will be done.
How rich is Ren? Isn't it?
Okay then.
Wait, do I see naked Cassian all the way down?
Does Ren see?
Ren does.
Oh, Ren's interaction was pretty short, so he probably actually doesn't.
Okay.
And
I figure the timing might not line up.
yeah, like
Yeah.
he just gets back to his room and then Elyse comes out,
Yeah.
just leaves, Cassian comes out.
Or like one tracking shot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Back in his room, Cassian locks the door. You said there was like a big metal dish of water?
Yeah, there's like a small wooden stand, and on top of that, a metal dish which has been filled up with water. Yeah.
Would it be able to take the dish out? Just to put on the floor?
Yeah. You can do it.
Okay, takes the dish out, puts it on the floor. He puts some shells just around. 3 dancing lights, triangle formation, floating above his head.
Mhm.
And he floats the book
Mhm.
in the water. And he just sits and spends an hour or so
just singing to it.
It's not long before we hear it singing back and echoes that corner of the room. This beautiful, wistful, sad, operatic tones just coming from everywhere, but it could really just be your ears that are hearing it. You hear it muffled from outside and the faint murmurings of it from underneath the water. And
Just put a hand onto the open page. Just breathe for a second.
it feels warm and it feels cold. It feels very, very cold, and you look out and where your hands are just touching the water, it's crystals of ice are just beginning to form. And you pull it out, your hand is covered in rime and frost, and clench your fist and
This I can work with. I'll talk to you again soon. I'll close the
just
book.
before it closes, you just hear, I'm proud of you.
I'll go to sleep.
You go to sleep well rested. I think that's where we'll end tonight. Thank you everyone, well done. Welcome to Sanskrit.
It's so cool.
Fucking love Sanskrit.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
City where they celebrate Ren's fear.
Turtles!
Portal!
So good.
Oh, that was amazing.
I like that.
That was
Astra likes
that.
that. And now every time we go to a city, Astra's just like, is there a bathhouse?
now there is. Okay, right. Thank you all so much for playing.
Thank you for
You were
DMing.
wonderful. Thank you very much. And thank you for joining us and being part of our story. We love you all. Bye bye.
you.
Till next time.
Bye.
Hello saplings, it's Astra. First off, our winners have been chosen and contacted about their ice cream dice prizes, so if you entered our competition, be sure to check your notifications for a reply to see if you've won. Also, a quick reminder that Life at the Party will be attending at MCM London Comic Con next month. We'll be holding our meet-up at Sunday the 27th of October at 1 PM outside the Novotel Hotel. We'll have free goodies for anybody in cosplay or merchandise relevant to our show. Super huge thanks to those of you who've supported the project this week via Indiegogo In Demand feature, as we've now beaten our final stretch goal and we'll be making a cosplay music video to accompany the series. You can still get access to our Discord too via the link below. Thank you as ever to our executive producers Katelyn Ferguson, Alexandra Johnson, Leah Moran and Emily Hogarth. Until next time, keep your head up and keep your heart strong, and we'll see you on Wednesday.